Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Soul Sex. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened daughter, and today we are talking about oral sex. Dun, dun, dun. Um, when I was in high school, I started giving lessons, not really lessons, but I wrote like an instructional manual on how to perform fellatio and how to perform colloquial cunnilingus, right? And basic instructions, really like simple stuff, but like give yourself a little space and grace. I feel like people overthink everything when it comes to sex, right? We want to do the right position. We want to make sure that our hand is in the right place, that we're doing stuff. And it's really about just being in flow and being in tune with your partner, right? When you're comfortable with yourself and they're comfortable with themselves, you guys can speak up and speak to what you really enjoy about those things, right? Like when it comes to oral sex, I don't need you to do all the tongue fucking thing, right? I'm it just does nothing for me, right? I'm a big fan of dick, so your tongue isn't really gonna do it for me. Like I want the bonus package at the end of the day. But that's me. I know a lot of women that enjoy that. Just like I love a lot of women that enjoy getting their salads tossed, right? Getting their ass rimmed, licked, whatever. Not really a big thing for me, but I know people that enjoy it. And if that's what you enjoy, then you need to speak up. Like, am I okay with this? Am I not okay with this? Do I feel comfortable with this? Do I not? Why don't I feel comfortable with this, right? Are you nervous? Do you feel like you don't know what you're doing? Do you feel like there's a judgment there? Have you done it before and it just didn't really work out for you, right? Because everybody's different, every situation is different. And I know women that really enjoy performing oral sex on their partners, right? And some women prefer men that are uncircumcised to the ones that are circumcised, right? Because they feel like, oh, there's more fun there for me to play with. Like it literally depends. So I love to bring these conversations up because someone reach out to me. I had a couple of people reach out to me recently about these things, right? A girlfriend of mine was just nervous, right, about doing it, like nervous about the teas and nervous about, like all those different aspects. And I'm like, slow down, I mean, like, slow down, don't overthink it. One, your nerves are going to show up during your performance, right? So it's not even about like, am I doing this right? It's just a matter of like, I'm willing to participate in this, right? Like, I want to do this because your pleasure is my pleasure. And if your pleasure is my pleasure, then I'm tapping into you and I can ask questions like, do you like this? Is this okay? Does this hurt? They might move your head. They might move your hands. Like somebody want to see if, hey, look, mama, no hands. If you could just go all to it, right? And there are others that need a little bit of extra, right? So maybe you want to cup the balls, right? Maybe if they're a little too lengthy, you want to throw your hand in there to give yourself some space because you can't fit it all in your mouth or your throat, right? Like, not everybody has a no gag reflex. I got a girlfriend who does, and she's a fucking champ. Let me tell you, she's a fucking G, yo. Her man is all the way in love. Right? That nigga ain't going nowhere. I love it. And the same thing comes for like oral sex, cunnilingus with the women, right? Like, pay attention to your partner. It's called eating pussy, but we're not actually like chewing, right? And so you got to be careful with your teeth as well, gentlemen, right? We don't want to get gnawed on. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but if you hear some of the things that I hear, and I love it. I love the people that I work with. I love the fact that my friends can reach out to me and just be like, "What the fuck was that?" You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, well, we got to have like a conversation. I'm like, I don't want you biting on me, right? Or slow down, or your fingers are a little too rough, or I'm not ready for you yet, right? Like, I need a little bit more. We're gonna need a little bit more warm up. Gentlemen, remembering that like when you're probing holes on your partners, your fingers need to be lubricated, right? These are important aspects of the things that we do, whether it's in the vaginal hole or an anal hole or even in their mouth, right? Right? Put it in their mouth, get it wet for you, and then go do your thing. It's really not that complicated. We like to make things complicated, but it's not. It's really about remembering that this is supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be fun. It's not a job. It's not a task. It shouldn't feel obligatory, right? It's your pleasure is my pleasure, and my pleasure is your pleasure. So I know men, and I love my boys. I love my boys, but I do know a lot of my dudes who love to get head and are like against giving it or just won't, right, to their partners. expect it from all their partners, but aren't willing to give the same pleasure back. And so it can cause a little frustration or resentment, right, between your partner because it's like, damn, I'm always giving that to you. I love that. I'm pleasuring you in that way, but you are denying me that pleasure. Whatever the excuse may be. Oh, I don't do that to everybody. What what did I hear? I don't do that to everybody. Um, that's not what a woman's vagina is for. What was the other thing I heard recently? Oh, when I eat pussy, it like my throat gets sore. Like I've heard so many excuses. I've heard so many excuses. And at the end of the day, it boils down to this. Your pleasure is my pleasure, my pleasure is your pleasure, right? So if you're denying that part, or if you're not doing that part, then part of you is still closed off and part of you is being selfish in your dealings with your partner, right? A part of you is not comfortable. Why you're not comfortable doing this, right? Why? Why are you not comfortable pleasing your partner? And why are you not comfortable allowing yourself to be pleased from your partner? Because I know a lot of women who don't really like oral sex or aren't comfortable with having that focus, right? To having their legs spread, to having their labia spread, and to being exposed in that way. They feel so vulnerable, right? And not in a good way. Why? Why is this form of pleasure freezing you up, right? Why are you scared? Why is it okay for you to give pleasure but not receive pleasure, right? So I have all these questions. We bring it up. And again, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. So if you're not having fun, or we feel kind of awkward, or we feel uncomfortable like receiving pleasure, we need to talk about that, right? And so I always encourage oral sex, obviously, because not all penetrative sex is lengthy, right? You can expand it with oral sex. You can expand it with foreplay. You can have a lot of fun just getting to know your partner, getting to know yourself and your bodies, and taking your time, right? Like really just taking your time and asking questions. Do you like this? How does this feel? Is this okay? Is this too fast? Is this too slow? You want it harder? Do you want it softer? Am I hurting you? Right? Like little things. Yes, not everybody wants to have a lengthy conversation during that time. And if you are paying attention to the moans and groans and the body movements of your partner, you'll be able to tap into those answers a lot sooner. But still, talk and listen, right? Talk and listen. Many men are not comfortable bringing up the fact that they like their perineum played with during fellatio, right? They want their balls licked. They want a little anal licking. Maybe they want a finger up there. Especially heterosexual men are not comfortable with those conversations because we made it uncomfortable for them to have those conversations. So if you're with a man that, you got to test the waters a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I mean? See, not offensive. And again, a conversation that you're just having, like we're sitting on the sofa, chilling, watching Netflix. I'm not just gonna be like, hey, you like when I stick a finger in your ass? It's a very different conversation from we're in an intimate moment. Things are flowing. I'm paying attention to your body movements, and maybe while I'm down there, I slip a finger. If it's a no, you're gonna know right away. And if it's a yes, you're gonna know right away as well. Right? And that's very different from just sitting down and having a conversation. So when I'm saying have conversations about oral sex, it may not be something you want to do at the kitchen table, right? It might be something that you're doing during your intimate moments, while you're kissing, while you're hugging, while you're in the bedroom, or maybe while you're sexting throughout the day. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with sexting your partner and being like, I can't wait to taste you when you get home. Promise you, your night is going to be a lot different. You know what I mean? I promise you, your night is going to be a lot different. Your day is going to be different. Just anticipating that energy, right? Playing along, sending pictures of like peaches and bananas, you know what I mean, throughout the day, and just have fun with it. Have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun with it, and enjoy it. And again, if you're not enjoying it, or if you're not willing to receive it, if there's like something going on, then what's up, right? Like, let us know. Talk about it. So, if that's something that you want to talk about, something you want to work on, something you need a little help with, reach out to your girl. All right. I'm at theenlighteneddaughter.com. You can book a freaking soul sex session with me at any point, whether it's literally diving deep into the techniques of things, or if we're just diving deep into the spirit and the essence and the mental of things as to why we can't get past this point. Because Everybody deserves to have massive orgasms. Everybody deserves to have pleasure. Everybody deserves to feel good within their body and to express that. Your pleasure is my pleasure, and my pleasure is your pleasure. All right? I love you guys. Later.